week at EVC, that's Evangel Vineyard Church. My name is Pastor Salome Wangai. I am born again. Christ is Lord. Professionally, I am a family geriatric and psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. And today we are going to be discussing about one of the mood disorders, and that is depression. So depression is a mood disorder that causes persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest. Also called major depressive disorder or clinical depression, it affects how you feel, think, and behave, and can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems. You may have trouble doing normal day-to-day activities, and sometimes you may feel as if life isn't worth living. So, what are the symptoms of depression? So some people have depression only once during their lifetime, but most people typically have multiple episodes. During these episodes, symptoms occur most of the day, nearly every day, and may include feeling of sadness, tearfulness, emptiness, or hopelessness. One may experience anger outbursts, irritability, or frustration, even over small matters. One may also experience loss of interest or pleasure in most or all normal activities such as sex, hobbies, or sports. Some people also experience sleep disturbances that could include sleeping too much or less, which we call insomnia. We may also experience tiredness and lack of energy, so even small tasks may take extra effort. One may also experience reduced appetite and weight loss or increased cravings of food and weight gain. One may also experience slowed thinking, speaking, or body movements. Another symptom one would experience include feelings of worthlessness or guilt, fixating on past failures, or self-blame. You may also experience trouble thinking, concentrating, making decisions, and remembering things. One may also have frequent or recurrent thoughts of death, suicidal thoughts, suicide attempts, and one may also experience unexplained physical problems such as back pain or headache. So we see these symptoms sometimes may cause noticeable problems in our day-to-day activities such as work, school, social activities, or relationships with others. How does depression affect our relationships? So when we are depressed, we have little motivation to nurture our relationship with our spouse or partner. So some ways that depression can impact relationship. Number one is one may have negative attitude. And when you're feeling depressed, you may see everything through a negative perspective. You may find it hard to appreciate people in your life and find flaws when they don't even exist. Or your negative attitude may cause you to consider yourself unworthy of being loved. Number two, you may show irritability. When you're feeling unhappy, you might be less patient or tolerant of the other person's perceived flaws. So things that didn't bother you before may now cause you to feel annoyed and irritated, even leading to more fighting between both of you. Number three, you may have lower energy. You know, it's hard for a partner to understand why you're not up to going out or interested in participating in an activity that you usually enjoy. So when you're depressed, you feel more fatigued. Number 4, you can be emotionally unavailable. Relationships take efforts. Healthy relationships take effort. So this includes being present and emotionally engaged with the other person. So when going through a depressive episode, you may not be willing to give the relationship the usual effort. Number 5, you may experience reduced libido. So depression can reduce your sexual desire, which is difficult for the partner to understand. So they may take your lack of libido personally and end up feeling rejected. And the final thing that you see is increased substance use. So those with depression turn to substances such as alcohol or marijuana, meth, heroin, cocaine, and other drugs. They use them to numb the effects of their depression. And if the substance use escalates, it can affect or even break the relationship. So in addition, misusing a substance increases the risk of developing a comorbid substance use disorder, which can be devastating to relationships. So, as we're talking about relationships, we also want to look at our children, teens, and also our parents. So first, what is special about depression in children and teens? So common signs and symptoms of depression in children and teenagers are similar to those of adults, but there can be some differences. So in younger children, symptoms of depression may include sadness, irritability, being clingy, worrying, aches and pains, refusing to go to school, or being underweight. So in teens, symptoms may include sadness, irritability, feeling negative and worthless, anger, poor performance or poor attendance at school, feeling misunderstood and extremely sensitive. Teens may also use recreational drugs or alcohol, eating or sleeping too much, self-harm behaviors that includes like cutting, burning themselves. We also see loss of interest in normal activities and avoidance of social interactions. How about depression symptoms in older adults? So I want you to know that depression is not a normal part of growing older, and it should never be taken lightly. But unfortunately, depression often goes undiagnosed and untreated in older adults, and they may feel reluctant to seek help. So what are the symptoms of depression that you may see in older adults? Number 1 is memory difficulties or personality changes. You can also experience physical aches or pain, fatigue, loss of appetite, sleeping problems, or loss of interest in sex, which is not caused by medical condition or medication. We see older people often wanting to stay at home rather than going out to socialize or doing new things. There is also suicidal thinking or feelings, especially in older men. So, since now we've seen that depression can affect our relationships, what are some of the effective coping strategies that we can use in our relationships? Number 1, we want to encourage open communication within relationships. So, encouraging open communication about our mental health. Start conversations gently so that you can build understanding and reduce the stigma around depression. Remember that the openness is a pathway to empathy letting your partner know they are not alone. Number 2, learn to build a supportive network. Encouraging your partner to maintain connections with friends and family provides emotional support and a sense of normalcy. Number 3, we also encourage self-care and boundaries within relationships. So we have to prioritize self-care. Self-care meaning you have allocated time for yourself to focus on you. Activities such as going to the spa, going for a walk, we encourage those. So engaging in activities that promote well-being and setting clear boundaries prevent burnout and resentment. So these boundaries help maintain a healthy relationship where both partners feel valued. So how do we establish boundaries in relationships? Number 1, shared activities. So participate in activities that you both enjoy. These experiences foster closeness and offer a closure to depression. Whether it's a hobby or simply watching a movie together, these activities can strengthen your bond. Another way to establish boundaries is patience and understanding. That is key. Being patient and understanding your partner. Acknowledge that recovery is a process and show compassion for your partner's struggles. Small steps are still progress in the journey of managing depression. We also encourage mindfulness and meditation. So integrating mindfulness and meditation into daily life can help in managing stress and emotional regulation. So these practices assist in staying present and can improve communication and connection within relationships. We also encourage regular exercise. So when we engage in regular exercise, it boosts mood and overall well-being. Activities such as walking done together can strengthen a relationship through shared experiences and improve mental health. Healthy lifestyle choices. So when we adopt healthy lifestyle choices such as a balanced diet and adequate sleep, that will support mental health. So a healthier body often supports healthier mind, benefiting both the individuals in the relationship. So we have used effective coping strategies, but we still find ourselves even more depressed. So next question, when do we seek further help? So there are times when professional intervention is necessary. So if depression significantly impacts daily functioning or relationships, or if there are thoughts of self-harm, it is crucial to seek help from mental health professionals. They can provide tailored treatment plans and support for both individuals and couples. It is my hope that we are going to effectively manage depression in our relationships. Thank you for listening. Day 3, we are going to be looking at another mood disorder, bipolar disorder, and how it affects our relationships. Thank you.